everybody in the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign.
Spread out relatively.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the face, I look around and feel like everybody is the...
Now, it'll, you know, who has an advantage? Who's climb around? That was nearly a full second quicker than Keeles. Back with the leaders, and so this is the leading five, and we've decided, for whatever reason, this afternoon, after yesterday's disaster at the last corner.
There in race one. So, Morelli just bit bump.
And I put money on the fact that Teriati's going to catch that lead.
Didn't have a very good Jerez. Strictly speaking, out of the way of Christian Daniel, the number 70, just falling back.
Wrong with the riding skill. It really has to be a mental thing, doesn't it?
You know, exactly. He's very holding firm into first there. Morelli still backing it in. Keeles very, very well.
Marco Morelli on the mental side, because you know when you're that quick, when you can win.
Well then, coming in towards these final complex.
Works with Maverick Vinales actually, and he was in Jerez, and when battling for the front, they're more likely in fact to slow each other down and give the point you make, because I know that from the Red Bull athletes.
Now a leading quartet of riders, Keeles, Morelli, part of that agency. It was announced yesterday, so I'm sure Maverick, but Ruche Moodley still got that long lap penalty, double by the 10 yesterday, sort of instantly after qualifying to see what was going on with.
You've got Carpe and Danish right on your tail.
I was going to say, Maverick Vinales, the management agency, Mark, take a podium or victory.
So this is the lead battle, side by side, you're on. And he's got incredible talent, but it just has an up weekend.
Races, we've not seen the best of Carpe since, but he did do this last year. Up again, won't we?
Yeah, but he just
got to admit, starting from 6th place on the grid isn't too bad. He finished the combined practice starting from the back of the grid, didn't get the first lap that he would have won, a second quicker than the duo were last time around.
You remember, go back to Assen last year, can win a race like he's on a now, not getting away from Carpe looking superb. He's
his feet a little bit, hasn't he? What was he doing last time out? Last lap around. Proper character, isn't he? As they all are. In Scandinavia, ahead of Marco Morelli then, so this is...
I led on the last lap, I led in the last corner, but that's his first rookie season, so if he knows the track, it's not on this motor.
To get a solid finish, but really, a podium and a win.
It's never stopped him before, so I don't think the circuit knowledge thing will line astern here. That's going to see a slipstream battle again. That's got something extra. Obviously, Veda Pratama doesn't know that
was, so perhaps they tried to make a break, thought better of it, but we're still quite...
With a 4.6 second gap that these five are going to remain.
Faster and faster, 148.3 for Brian last time. Down in confidence perhaps at the moment, you might say?
Yeah. Okay. Leading quartet, he really is the man on a mission, I think. That
is his best result was 8th place a little bit. They've also got Peroni in that group as well. He was 2nd yesterday. A very high praise rider in the Junior World Championship as well. He sits 9th position. Here's Brian Uriarte moving up the inside of Rico Salmella, who moves in a race on a different planet like he did at Essen last year. It really has, there's nothing of corners. Will there be any moves this time around? It's Keeles
working with Maverick. So if he can help Maverick, maybe Maverick can help the possibility for the chasing 4 or 5 to catch up. Performance Centre was one of the mental coaches, was
Carpe and Danish.
And I feel that if it's 4 of
himself, a KTM factory rider, could be helping out with them.
Well, that's an interesting...
That penalty to complete, I should say. He's down in 8th place at the moment. This is effectively one of his riders, you know, part of the beat for Ramersdorfer. Completed. He's got one more to go, bless him. Morelli's in. Actually, it's part of Maverick Vinales' own agency, and he came by.
Board with Max Kias into the front. Max takes the lead. Benson down weekends. That's just the way it is. And
well, I do know he's throughout the race, he was pretty quiet until those final laps. Then he'd come through.
You know, that's unfortunate. I think he's a lovely young man.
His times on Friday as well, in 2nd place to Danish. Just in the rented. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow when the grid has changed. 3 of Carpe found his groove finally here, although
from Planet.
Yes.
And then how is he scratching around here for a few points?
Obviously more to go, bless him, but Ruche Moodley still got that long push back to 5th in the end, but he's having a superb ride this time. Right on your tail. As we see then, plays Veda in 4th.
Yes, and the number side by side, you're on board with Max Kies into the...
David Gonzalez up the inside, pushes, I think, Veda Pratama quite... He did do this last year. Throughout the race, was pretty quiet until those final laps. Then behind, but how much tyre has he used up coming all the way from the back of it? Bowdy finished the combined practice times on Friday as well in second place to few laps ago now. He's kept it calm. He's back up to fourth position. Last time around, the 83 of Carpe found his groove.
Veda, who is watching Brian to see where the Spaniard is quickest. Carpe looking superb. He's really pushing the limit, isn't he? Yeah. Getting back on terms with Brian Uriarte, watching what he was doing, where he was going, and picking
in Scandinavia.
Right, so these two
all here.
Yeah, so Uriarte. Now this is the opposite, of course, last corner, but yeah.
Yeah, they have basically been in the top 3-4 positions the entire race, and a win is what Rico is up for today.
And a typical
is closing steadily on the riders in front of him into the final corner. He was nearly dead set on for victory. Great drive through there that he's almost catching up to both Veda and one rider we've not mentioned so far this race, the 27 of Rico Salmela. He has recovered. He's in third place now then. A brilliant move up the
3 of Alvaro Carpe is closing down on them, and he side by side then briefly they are, but Brian is so quick into that time. Guys don't want to mess each other around too much. They can use each other's slipstream to pull away.
You know, that's why you can't take the mick with the track limits, because it will ruin your race. A fellow KTM rider got his sprint podium yesterday, watching on with a little hands.
It cost him, you know, it cost him 4 seconds, that long lap time.
Wow, bit of speedway style in there, very nice indeed. 18th at the moment.
And it looked to me,
it's these final complex of corners. Will there be any moves this time? Top 3 positions in the final part of the race.
Down and give the possibility for the chasing 4 or 5 to catch
ahead of him. But is it going to be enough? He's still 1 second. Quiles, Morelli, Carpe and Danish.
And I'm from the lead.
Well, Danish set a 145.2 last lap penalty, double long lap penalty to complete, I should say. He's down in 8th place.
In the dry. Morelli on the 95 there, up into second.
Double long lap penalty for Ramersdorfer. Completed. He's got
11 of Gonzalez has the lead. He was disappointed yesterday. He got front. Max takes the lead, but you've got Carpe and Danish.
Wide, he does. Can't push it, goes wide as well. So it's now Morelli into third. He come through, take a podium or victory.
So this is the lead battle.
Grid towards the front now as they go 3 abreast again. Danish, just in the races, we've not seen the best of Carpe since, but it's now a leading quartet. You've got Beñat Fernandez leading the chasers justly here, although, got to admit, starting from 6th place on the grid isn't too... Morelli's also recovered then after being completely pushed wide.
The leading duo.
Half a second quicker than the duo were.
Just the right moment on the last lap to pass. Now this time, it's not really getting away now, not getting away from Carpe. What happened yesterday, which was Veda leading all the way, and
he's